In this video, we are going to talk about multiplying fractions. Let's start with the first group. Find the result of each of the following. Number one, 3 over 4 times 5 over 7. The first, we have to check if there is common factors between 3 and 7. There is no common factors between 3 and 7, and also 5 divided 4, there is no common factors. Or we can say that 3 divided 7 in the simplest form, 5 divided 4 in the simplest form. Yes, 3 times 5 equals 15. 4 times 7 equals 28. We multiply numerator by numerator and denominator by denominator. Letter E, 5 over 9 times 2 over 3. 5 and 3, there is no common factors between 5 and 3. 5 divided 3 in the simplest form, and also 2 over 9 in the simplest form. We multiply numerators. 5 times 2 equals 10. 9 times 3 equals 27. Letter D, 3 over 8 times 3 over 5 times 3 over 8. 3 over 8 in the simplest form, and also 5 and 3 divided 5 in the simplest form. We multiply numerators and denominators. 3 times 3 equals 9. 5 times 8 equals 40. What about the second group? If we say multiply, then write in the simplest form. Multiply 1 over 8 times 2 over 3. We see that there is no common factors between 1 and 3. But what about 2 and 8? 2 divided 2, and we can divide 2. If we have 2 over 8, we can divide it by 2 up and down. 2 divided 2 and 8 divided 2. 2 divided 2 equals 1. 8 divided 2 equals 4. That means that there is common factor between 2 and 8, the number 2. Yes, we can divide by 2 up and down. 2 divided 2, 8 divided 2 equals 4. Then multiply numerators and denominators. 1 times 1, 4 times 3 equals 12. Letter B, check 2 and 8. Yes, we can divide by 2 up and down. 2 divided 2, 1. 8 divided 2 equals 4. And also 3 over 9. 3 divided 9. We can divide 3 and 9 by 3. 3 divided 3 equals 1. 9 divided 3 equals 3. We can multiply the new answers, the new results. 1 times 1 equals 1. 3 times 4 equals 12. Letter C, 2 over 9 times 2 over 9 times 3 over 14. 2 and 14, yes, 2 divided 2, 1. 14 also divided 2 equals 7. We did before 3 and 9. 3 divided 3, 1. 9 divided by 3 equals 3. We multiply numerators. 1 times 1 equals 1. 3 times 7 equals 21. What about letter F? 3 over 4 times 8 over 9. 3 and 9. 3 divided 3, 1. 9 divided 3 equals 3. What about 4 and 8? Both of these numbers divided by 4. We can divide by 4 up and down. 8 divided 4 equals 2. 4 divided 4 equals 1. We multiply numerators and denominators. Here 1 and here 2. 1 times 2 equals 2. 1 times 3 equals 3. Multiplying a fraction by whole number. Multiplying a fraction by whole number. 3 over 5 times 5 times 15. Look at 5, and we can write 15 as 15 over 1. 15 denominator 5, 15 in numerator, 5 in denominator. We can divide it by 5 up and down. That means that 5 is a common factor between 5 and 15. 5 divided 5 equals 1. 15 divided 5 equals 3. We multiply numerators and denominators. 3 times 3 equals 9. 1 times 1 equals 1. 9 divided 1 equals 9. See, 2 over 7 times 21. We know that any whole number, we can write it if we have 8. We can write it as 8 over 1. We can write any whole number as the number over 1. Any whole number has denominator equals 1. 3 means 3 over 1. 2 over 7 times 21. Check 7 and 21. Yes, 7 and 21, both of these numbers divisible by 7. Yes, we can divide. 7 divided 7, 1. 21 divided 7 equals 3. 2 times 3 equals 6. 9 and times 5 over 6. What about 9 and 6? Uh, both of 9 and 6 divisible by 3. 9 9 3 times 3 and 6 2 times 3. That means that 3 is a common factor between 9 and 6. We can divide it by 3 up and down. 6 divided 3 2. 9 divided 3 equals 3. We multiply numerators and denominators. 3 times 5 equals 15. 15 over 2. Here means 3 over 1. 1 times 2 equals 2. What about the 5 over 6 times 24? 6 and 24. Both of these numbers divisible by 6. 5 over 6 times 24. 6 divided 6 equals 1. 24 divided 6 equals 4. We multiply numerators and denominators. 5 times 4 equals 20. 1 times 1 equals 1. 20 over 1 equals 20. What about 1/3 or 1 over 3 times 5? 3 and 5, 5 divided 3 in the simplest form, or there is no common factors between 5 and 3. We multiply numerators and denominators. 5 up here, 5 times 1 equals 5. 3 times 1 equals 3, or we can say that 5 divided 3. What about the second group? The next group is multiplying a fraction by a mixed number. Multiplying fraction by mixed number. This is the fraction and this is the mixed. First, we have to convert the mixed number to an improper fraction. Again, convert the mixed number to an improper fraction. 2 over 5 times, how can we convert 5 and half to an improper fraction? 5 times 2, 10. 10 plus 1, 11. 11 over 2. The next step, 2 divided 2, 1. 2 divided 2, 1. 11 over 5 in the simplest form. 1 times 11 equals 11. 5 times 1 equals 5. Next, 1 and 2 over 3. 1 times 3, 3. 3 plus 2, 5. 5 over 3 times 3 over 10. 3 divided 3, 1. 3 divided 3, 1. 5 and 10. 5 and 10 we can divide by 5 up and down. 5 divided 5, 1. 10 divided 5 equals 2. 1 times 1 equals 1. 1 times 2 equals 2. What about if 3 over 4 times convert this mixed number to improper fraction? The same denominator. 3 times 4, 28. 3 times 8, 24. 24 plus 2, 26. 3 over 4 times 26 over 3. 3 divided 3, 1. 3 also divided 3 equals 1. But what about 4 and 26? 26 over 4, not in the simplest form. But we can see that all of these numbers, these two numbers are even numbers. We can divide it by 2 up and down because any even number divisible by 2. 4 divided 2 equals 2. 26 divided 2 equals 13. 26 divided 2 2 divided 2, 1. 6 divided 2 equals 3. 21 divided 6 equals 13. 1 times 13 equals 13. 2 times 1 equals 2. But if we have two mixed numbers like letter J, how can we do? We have to convert the two mixed numbers, 5 and 1 over 3 times 3 and 3 over 8. The same denominators, here 3 and here 8. 5 times 3, 15. 15 plus 1, 16. 3 times 3, 3 times 8, 24. 24 plus 3 equals 27. Now we are simplifying now these two fractions, 16 and 8. 8 divided 8 equals 1, 16 divided 8 equals 2, because 16 divisible by 8. Or we can say 8, 1 times 8, 16, 2 times 8. Yes, there is common factor 8 between 16 and 16 and 8. What about 3 and 27? 3 divided 3 equals 1. 27 divided 3 equals 9. Now, 2 times 9, 18. 1 times 1 equals 1. 18 divided 1 equals 18. Multiplying a mixed number by a whole number. Multiplying a mixed number by a whole number. First, we have to convert the mixed number. The same denominator, 2 times 3, 6. 6 plus 2 equals 8. 8 over 3 times 6. 6 and 3 divided by 3 up and down. 3 divided 3, 1. 6 divided 3 equals 2. 2 times 8 equals 16. 16 over 1 equals 16. Letter I. Two mixed numbers, 3.5 times 2 over 7. Put the same denominators first. 3.5, 3 times 2, 6. 6 plus 1, 7. 2 times 7, 14. 14 plus 2 equals 16. Then simplify. 7 divided 7, 1. 7 divided 7, 1. 2 and 16. 2 divided 2, 1. 16 divided 2 equals 8. 1 times 8 equals 8. 1 times 1 equals 1. 8 over 1 equals 8. Multiplying a fraction and a mixed number. Fraction like this and mixed number, 0.25 times 4 over 5. 0.25 we can express it as 1/4. 1 over 4 means 0.25. 1 over 4 times 4 over 5. 4 divided 4, 1. 4 divided 4, 1 means 1. Numerator over 5 means 1 over 5. Letter B, 4 over 20 times 0.8. 4 over 20 times 0.8, we can express it as a fraction. Here the point after one digit, we can write it as 8 over 10. 0.8 means 8 over 10. 4 over 20 times 4 over 20 times 8 over 10. We can do it. 4 and 20. Both of these numbers divisible by 2. 4 divided 2 equals 2. 10 divided 2 equals 5, and also 5, 8 and 20. Both of the two numbers divisible by 4. 8 divided 4 equals 2. 20 divided 4 equals 5. We multiply numerators and denominators. 2 times 2 equals 4. 5 times 5 equals 25. 4 over 20 times 8 over 10. Can we simplify first? Can we simplify the first fraction and second fraction first? 4 over 20. We divided by 4 up and down. 4 divided 4 equals 1. 20 divided 4 equals 5. Times. What about 8 over 10? 8 is an even number, and also 10 even number. We can divide it by 2 up and down. 8 divided by 2 up and down. 8 divided to 4. 10 divided 2 equals 5. Here the first fraction in the simplest form and second in the simplest form. 1 times 4 equals 4. 5 times 5 equals 25. The same result. Letter C, 3 over 5 times 1.5. 3 over 5 times 1.5 means 15 over 10. 1.5, we can write the fraction as 15 over 10 here, because the point after one digit, that means that we can express it as a decimal number of denominator 10. 3 over 5 times 1.5, 15 over 10. 3 over 5. Can we simplify the second fraction? 15 over 10. 15 divided 5, we can divide by 5 up and down. 15 divided by 5 equals 3. 10 divided 5 equals 2. There is no common factors between 3 and 2. There is no common factors between 3 and 5. Yes, 3 times 3 equals 9. 2 times 5 equals 10. 0.6 times 2 and half. 0.6 times 2 and half, also fraction, mixed number and decimal. 0.6 means 6 over 10 times mixed number converted. 2 times 2, 4. 4 plus 1, 5 over 2. 2 divided 2, 1. 6 divided 2, 3. 5 and 10, 5 divided 5, 1. 10 divided 5 equals 2. 3 times 1 equals 3. 2 times 1 equals 2, means 3 over 2. Or we can simplify the first fraction, 6 over 10 divided by 2 up and down. 6 divided 2, 3. 10 divided 2 equals 5. The second, 5 over 2. 5 divided 5. 5 divided 5 equals 1. We have 3 over 2. The same result. How can we multiply three fractions? We can simplify the numerators with denominators. First, look at 3 here and look at 9. 3 and 9, both of these numbers divisible by 3. 3 divided 3 equals 1. 9 divided 3 equals 3. What else? What about 8 and 16? 8 divided 8, 1. 16 divided 8 equals 2. What about 5 and 15? 5 divided 5, 1. 15 divided 5, 3. We take numerator and denominator together. We multiply the three numerators and three denominators. 1 times 3, 3. 3 times 1 equals 3. 1 times 2, 2. 2 times 3 equals 6. 3 over 6, not in the simplest form. We can divide by 3 up and down. 3 divided 3, 1. 6 divided 3 equals 2. What about the second? 0.6. 0.6 means 6 over 10 times 20 over 1 times 2 over 5. Can we simplify the first fraction? 6 and 10 divided by 2. 6 divided 2 equals 3. 10 divided 2 equals 5 times 20 over 1 times 2 over 5. Let's start. 2 and 2. Here 2, there is no common factor. 2 over 5 in the simplest form. 2 over 5 in the simplest form. But what about 20 and 5? 5 divided 5, 1. 20 divided 5 equals 4. Then we multiply numerators. 3 times 4, 12. 12 times 2, 24. 1 times 5 equals 5. Yes, 24 over 5 in the simplest form. Find the result 1 over 3 of 2 over 3. Here we can consider here of here as times. 1 over 3 times 2 over 3. 1 times 2 equals 2. 3 times 3 equals 9. 2 over 3 of 3 over 5. 2 over 3 times 2 over 5 in the simplest form. 3 divided 3 not in the simplest form. 3 divided 3 1. 3 divided 3 1. We multiply 2 times 1 equals 2. 1 times 5 equals 5. 4 over 5 times 25. 25 5 divided 5 1. 25 divided 5 equals 5. 4 times 5 equals 20. Uh, Complete this sentence. Number 1, 3 over 4 of an hour. 3 over 4 of means times. What relation between hour and minute? To convert hour to minute times by 60, because the hour has 60 minutes. 3 over 4 times write hour as 60 because the hour has 60 minutes. 3 over 4 times 60. Uh, we simplify 44 and 60. 4 is an even number, 60 is an even number. We divide by 2. 4 divided 2 equals 2. 60 divided 2 equals 15. We multiply numerators and denominators. 3 times 15 equals 45. Sorry, 60 divided 2 equals 30. 2 times 3 times 30 equals 90. 90 over 2 equals 45. We can write it as 3 over 4 times 60. We can divide by 4 up and down directly. 4 divided 4 equals 1. 60 divided 4 equals 15. We know that quarter 60 equals 15. When you studied before that quarter hour equals 15 minutes. Quarter hour equals 15 minutes. 60 divided 4 equals 15. Yes, 3 times 15 equals 45. The second, 3 over 4. 3 over 4 meter, how many centimeter? 3 over 4 times 1 meter has 60 centimeter, has 100 centimeter. 3 over 4 times 100. 100 divided 4 equals 25. 100, 4 divided 4 1. 100 divided 4 25. We multiply 3 times 25 equals 75, or you can multiply 3 times 5 15, put 5, carry up 1. 3 times 2 equals 6. 6 plus 1 equals 7. Yes, 3 over 4 hour equals 75 minutes. بس خلاص. 2/3 of 1 hour. 2/3 means 2 over 3 hour 60 minutes. 3 divided 3 equals 1. 60 divided 3, 6 divided 3 equals 2, and put 0. We can do it firstly directly. 60 divided 2 equals 20. Now multiply numerators and denominators. 2 times 20 equals 40. 40 over 1 equals 40. Yes, 2/3 hour equals 40 minutes. 5 over 6 of a month, how many days? 5 over 6. What relation between month and day? 1 month has 30 days. 5 over 6 times 30. 6 divided 6 equals 1. 30 divided 6 equals 5. 5 times 5 equals 25. Yes, 5 over 6 month equals 25 days.